Begin with the nostalgic roll of a vintage cinema countdown clip, capturing the audience's attention. Then, as the last number fades, transition smoothly into the engrossing story of history. Have you ever pondered how one of the most fascinating and enigmatic civilizations in history came into existence? Imagine a period prior to the construction of the Great Pyramids, before the creation of the Sphinx, even before the idea of a pharaoh had been birthed. Welcome to the pre-dynastic period of Egypt, a time when civilization was just beginning to take shape along the fertile banks of the Nile River. This was the seedbed where the might of one of the world's most influential empires was nurtured. Numerous chiefdoms and kingdoms gradually emerged, each adding a unique thread to the rich tapestry of Egyptian culture. The Nile River, with its yearly floods, brought life and abundance to an otherwise barren landscape, supporting agriculture and enabling these early societies to grow and prosper. These modest beginnings laid the foundation for a civilization that would leave an indelible mark on the annals of history. Hence, against the epic canvas of the mighty Nile, the stage was set for the rise of one of the world's first great civilizations. But what truly set the stage for Egypt's rise was the advent of a unique form of leadership, the pharaohs. As we delve into the annals of history, the establishment of the First Dynasty is a pivotal event that unfolds. King Narmer, a visionary leader, is credited with this significant achievement, uniting Upper and Lower Egypt into a single kingdom, marking the beginning of the era of pharaohs. In the grand scheme of ancient Egyptian society, pharaohs were not just political leaders, they were embodiments of divine power. They held the scepter of authority, making crucial decisions that shaped the political landscape, and they also donned the mantle of religious leadership, acting as intermediaries between the gods and the people. This fusion of political and religious power elevated the pharaohs to a status of demigods, revered and respected by all. Oh, but the pharaohs were not just known for their leadership prowess, they also left behind grand monuments that continue to awe and inspire us to this day. The construction of the first pyramids, monumental tombs for the pharaohs, is a testament to their architectural ingenuity and their deep-seated belief in life after death. These majestic structures, built with precision and an understanding of mathematics and astronomy that was way ahead of their time, are a symbol of their power and the respect they commanded. The Pyramid of Djoser, built during the Third Dynasty, is a prime example of this architectural marvel. Designed by the brilliant architect Imhotep, it was the first colossal stone building and the first pyramid ever constructed. This step pyramid, as it's often referred to, laid the foundation for the more familiar smooth-sided pyramids that would follow in the centuries to come. With the rise of pharaohs, Egypt embarked on a journey of unprecedented architectural and cultural achievements. From the unification of the kingdom to the construction of monumental pyramids, the pharaohs left an indelible mark on history, setting the stage for Egypt to become one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. But the history of ancient Egypt wasn't just about peaceful development and architectural marvels. There were times when the sands of Egypt were stained with the blood of warriors, and the Nile flowed with the echoes of thunderous battles. Let's delve into some of these pivotal conflicts, starting with the Battle of Megiddo. Around the 15th century BC, Pharaoh Thutmose III led his army against a coalition of Canaanite vassal states that had risen in rebellion. The battle was fierce, but Thutmose's strategic genius shone through. The pharaoh chose a dangerous but unexpected route to attack, catching the enemy off guard. This daring move led to a decisive victory, solidifying Egypt's power and expanding its territory. But the challenges for Egypt weren't over. Around the 12th century BC, a mysterious group known as the Sea Peoples began to invade. These maritime warriors caused havoc across the Mediterranean, but Egypt stood firm. Ramesses III, the pharaoh at the time, launched a two-pronged defense. On land, he stationed his infantry along the coast, while at sea, he deployed a fleet to intercept the invaders. The Sea Peoples were repelled, their invasion ended, and Egypt's status as a dominant power was once again confirmed. These battles weren't just about victory or defeat, they were about the survival of a civilization, the defense of a way of life. And Egypt, with its powerful armies and wise leaders, proved time and time again to be a force to be reckoned with. Yet, it wasn't just military might that made Egypt crucial. Its geographical location made it a key player in the ancient world. Sitting at the crossroads of Africa and Asia, Egypt was a hub of trade and cultural exchange. Its fertile lands fed empires, and its wealth funded monumental constructions that still inspire awe today. Through these battles, Egypt demonstrated its military might and strategic importance in the ancient world. But it also showed us something more. It showed us the resilience of a culture, the enduring strength of a civilization that has left an indelible mark on the sands of time. In a world governed by the divine, the Egyptians held a firm belief in the power and influence of their gods. The pantheon of gods in ancient Egypt was vast and varied, each deity personifying specific aspects of life, nature, and human emotion. From the sun god Ra, revered as the king of all gods, to Isis, the goddess of motherhood and magic, each deity had a unique role in the cosmic order. The ancient Egyptians were polytheistic, meaning they worshipped multiple gods with over 2,000 named deities recorded. This pantheon wasn't static, it evolved over time, reflecting the changing socio-political landscape of ancient Egypt. Gods could fall out of favor, rise to prominence, or even merge with other deities. Belief in the afterlife was a cornerstone of ancient Egyptian religion. They viewed death not as an end, but as a transition to another realm. The Book of the Dead, a guide for the soul in the afterlife, illustrates their detailed visions of this journey. They believed that the soul would face trials and judgment, and if deemed worthy, would attain eternal life in a paradise known as the Field of Reeds. Religious rituals and festivals were integral to daily life in ancient Egypt, serving to maintain Ma'at, the cosmic order and balance. These rites often involved offerings to appease the gods or gain their favor. Festivals, on the other hand, were grand public celebrations, a time for joy, feasting, and honoring the gods. The beautiful Feast of the Valley, for example, was an annual event that celebrated the dead and the god Amun. The priesthood played a pivotal role in this religious landscape, acting as intermediaries between the gods and the people. They performed rituals in temples, cared for the divine statues, and interpreted divine will, wielding significant influence in society. Through their religious practices, the ancient Egyptians sought to ensure the favor of the gods and a successful journey to the afterlife. Their faith was not just a component of their lives, it was the fabric that held their society together, influencing every aspect from politics to art, and shaping the civilization we marvel at today. All great civilizations have their zenith and their decline, and Egypt was no exception. As the centuries rolled on, the once mighty empire of the Nile began to wane. Power shifted from the hands of the pharaohs, and the invasions began. First came the Persians, sweeping in from the east with a force that shook the ancient world. But the Egyptians are nothing if not resilient. They fought back, regained their independence, only to be conquered again. This time it was the Greeks under the command of the legendary Alexander the Great. And as if to add a tragic coda to the tale, Egypt was eventually swallowed up by the expanding Roman Empire. Yet even in decline, Egypt refused to fade into obscurity. The grandeur of its past was too potent to be forgotten. Its monumental architecture, colossal pyramids, and intricate temples continued to stand, defying both time and conquerors. These structures served as a testament to the architectural prowess of the ancient Egyptians, a legacy that still inspires awe and admiration today. The hieroglyphic script, once a mystery, also forms part of this enduring legacy. These pictorial symbols were not just a means of communication but an art form, a way of recording history, and a vehicle for the expression of religious and philosophical ideas. Today, they offer us a window into the mind and culture of one of the world's oldest civilizations. But perhaps the most profound legacy of ancient Egypt lies in its influence on later civilizations. Its knowledge, culture, and religious practices seeped into the fabric of Greek and Roman societies. Concepts of governance, art, and architecture, even aspects of religion, bear the indelible imprint of this ancient civilization. So while the sun may have set on the era of the pharaohs, the echoes of their reign reverberate through the corridors of history. Their influence can still be seen, felt, and admired in our modern world. Though its glory days are long past, the legacy of ancient Egypt continues to captivate us even today. So, what have we learned from our journey through the sands of time? We've traversed the dawn of civilization that bloomed along the fertile banks of the Nile, a cradle of life that nurtured a culture and society like no other. We've marveled at the rise of the pharaohs, those mighty rulers who left an indelible imprint on the pages of history with their grandeur and might. We've witnessed the ferocity of Egypt's greatest battles, the strategic masterpieces that underscored its importance in the ancient world. We've delved into the depths of their religious beliefs, exploring the intricate pantheon of gods and goddesses that guided their daily lives and afterlives. We've seen the decline of this ancient civilization, and yet, its legacy endures in the magnificent pyramids, the timeless art, and the enduring wisdom of its people. From its earliest days to its decline, the story of ancient Egypt is a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and spirit of humanity, a story that continues to fascinate us centuries later.